KZ fam, I'm back with another video, and we're gonna be checking out top 10 most anticipated action anime of 2023. Thank you guys so much for everything, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all know that nothing is possible without y'all, and we're almost at 4K. So if you're new to the channel, you're into the content, make sure to hit that sub button, hit those likes, and turn on NOTI bells so y'all get notified whenever I drop a video. And don't forget, down in the description we have my Discord, my Instagram, and my Twitch. But yeah, man.
So, how's the new year been treating you? It was a wild 2022, and with more of 2023 on the horizon, I bet you're excited for the next batches of anime seasons that we're getting. Last year, I already made a video on what I think are some of the titles that you'll be excited for in the coming years, and let's narrow that timeline down a little bit now. In this video, I'll solely be focusing on action anime that have been confirmed for a 2023 release. So strap yourselves in and sit back for the ride as we try to do a quick run through of 2023 and some action anime to get excited for. Dead Mount Deathplay starts off the list. And here we have an isekai kicking things off, but it's not the traditional one as you'd expect. It's a reverse isekai, where the necromancer in his final gambit reincarnates himself into our world. It's kind of similar to a devil is a part-timer premise, but the similarities pretty much end there. Dead Mount Deathplay takes things to the deeper end, having a dark story that shows us the less glamorous side of modern society. Yakuza fights, the police, gang chases, assassins, you get the picture, don't you? It's a pretty solid story from what I've seen so far, and I like how the world gets set up, with Poker, that's our necromancer protagonist in his new identity, coming to grips with the world he's found himself in, as well as how his magic interacts with it. It's a story that plays with the usual fantasy and reincarnation tropes, and while it may at first seem like a premise that's been done before, as I've said, it's got a more chaotic and edgy feel to it. A lot of interwoven plots and such, as expected of the writer Ryogo Narita, who you may know as the guy behind Durarara. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too, is the next show on the list.
人生に絶望する俺が開いたの。なんだろう、この扉。異世界への扉だった。
Another isekai?
Ooh, what a mouthful of a title there. The isekai genre. The keywords like cheat. You know where this is headed, don't you? But before this gets brushed off as just another isekai, this title doesn't have a nifty twist to it. If you still haven't guessed from the title, it's about bullied boy Yuya Tenjo who finds a door to another world. There he finds a world of treasure, of magic, of all the things he ever wanted. But why stay in that other world like most isekai protagonists? Why confine yourself when you can bring everything back to the real world and start anew, being the best version of yourself? It's something that really plays to the escapist themes of the isekai genre, only now much more overt about it. How could that be anyway? Being able to just go to the fantasy world and come back, reinvent yourself, and be the best and strongest you ever wanted to be. This series obviously targets a specific niche, but if you're into it, this might be to your liking.
テレビアニメ「リセレベ」2023年4月放送開始。
Another title I'm on the lookout for is Undead Luck.
死なせるかよ。やっと見つけたんだ。俺に本物の死を与える力。
Now, here's a unique premise, although not something too foreign if you're a fan of fairy tale. Undead Luck tells the story of Fuko Izumo, probably the unluckiest person alive. Here's the catch though. Anyone she touches gets stricken with the worst fortunes possible, even indirectly resulting in their deaths. That's why she's so eager to end her own existence. Until one day, she encounters Andy. A death seeker like herself, Andy is an immortal, someone who's a perfect match for Izumo's constant stream of misfortune. Izumo decides to help Andy get the most appropriate end possible, but little do they know that a mysterious organization lurks in the shadows looking to take advantage of their strange powers. What kind of misadventures await this unlikely duo? Watch Undead Luck to find out. We take the fantasy aspects further with the title at number 7, Ragnar Crimson.
銀の武器が発する銀気で血液を凍らせる。もしくは太陽でその身を焼く。
Ragnar Crimson takes us more to the traditional fantasy world that we've grown.
Every time I hear Undead, I think of Bond, bro, from
To love. This is a world where dragons ruled and mankind must band together in order to fight against said rulers. Our protagonist, the dragon hunter Ragnar, takes the lead with his eyes on victory. Victory at all cost, even if it means allying with the mysterious Crimson. However, power comes at a price, and that may be something that Ragnar might not be prepared for. Now, here's an anime for those who love the good old high fantasy RPGs. Ragnar Crimson, as a manga, has a lot of things going for it. It's got some really great fights, and the artwork just makes it look way more spectacular than it had any right to be. Great story progression too, and when the stakes are high, you really feel it. So now it's time to see if it will translate well into an anime format, but I'm not worried about this one. After all, Silverlink will be doing the anime. They've done a pretty good job at a lot of the shows I've enjoyed, so I think the series is in good hands. We've also got a lot of people from Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen involved, so get ready for some insane battle scenes down the line.
Okay.
さあ私と出会えラグナそれが始まりだ
Demon Slayer people?
Number 6 is ShangriLa Frontier.
This looks fire, bro.
Have you ever felt that motivation? That urge to just clear video games no matter how terrible they are? You'll probably hit it up well with Rakuro, who makes it a creed to find all the awful games from the bottom of the barrel and clearing them with his unparalleled gaming skills. Deciding to play a good game for once, he comes across this new MMO. ShangriLa Frontier seems to be nothing more than a tiny roadblock for him to run over, so he jumps straight into the action and looks to max out his stats, never mind the prologue and background. However, skilled as he may be, he may have found his match in ShangriLa Frontier. Perhaps it's now that he's got to dig deep into his experience of playing all those terrible games in order to uncover the secrets behind ShangriLa Frontier. This is gaming anime done in a really entertaining way. The world's well thought out, and I like how the title shares some aspects of gaming culture in a tongue-in-cheek way. If you're someone who's spent a substantial amount playing games and interacting with others in MMOs, the show can have a lot of things for you to enjoy. Stuff that you can relate to even.
So we see that bird there.
Next, we have Mashal at number 5.
ぶっ壊すしかないでしょグーパンで
One Punch Man meets Harry Potter, as so many have said. Mashal is quite the unique spectacle. Being tagged as a threat that must be eliminated, young Mash Burndead turns to battling magic itself. How does he do it? He trains his body to become strong enough to overcome magic, and when his secret gets exposed, he only turns to forcing the world to acknowledge his existence. Thus begins his adventure at Eastern Magic Academy, where he competes with the best of the best. The magical Mash may seem handicapped, but with his training and fists, he looks to break through all those challenges and become the divine visionary. People have called these Magic School anime Harry Potter derivatives, but I haven't seen an anime that looks so similar yet. Mashal's one of those manga that took quite a while to pick up, but it's done really well for itself with its endearing underdog story and comedy that harkens back to one's work. If you're up for some fun magic action this 2023, you're definitely going to want to check this one out.
そろそろ
Always good,
人筋肉動かしますか
マッシュル
Next up is Bioren, Blades of the Guardians.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while, but Bioren, Blades of the Guardians is finally ready to hit the screens. Set in the Sui dynasty, the story tells of people struggling to live under the rule of the terrible Emperor Yang Guang. In order to avoid being pursued by the imperial court, our protagonist, who is a master swordsman, takes on an escort mission. The end goal of this perilous quest? The capital Chang'an. Would salvation await him at the end of the journey, or will it lead to doom amidst the political chaos in China? Coming off a really great manhwa, the anime adaptation seems like it will take it further with insane animation, stunning visuals, and overall great production values. The PVs have looked really good and look like they could give Ufotable a run for their money, and I bet fans will appreciate the amount of love and work that got put into it.
Ufotable? Ufotable? You think so? Bro, Ufotable is crazy, bro. They are insane. Aren't they the ones that work with Demon Slayer and Fate series? That is tough. The animation is insane.
Ranked third in the most anticipated action anime is Hell's Paradise.
刀には人の本性が映る。伽藍のガビマル。あなたは生に執着している。
What do you do with a guy that just refuses to die? The same question puzzled the one who was set to execute Gabimaru the Hollow. Betrayed and sent to death's row, Gabimaru just wouldn't die. But with such a freak of nature as a possible asset, he gets offered a chance of salvation. That is, if he can survive the treacherous island that's said to contain the elixir of life. So begins the journey that will test Gabimaru's mettle to the limit. With hazards in the island and inmates for partners that he's not sure he can trust, danger lurks everywhere in this journey. But for the sake of salvation and a new life with his loved ones, there's little that can stop Gabimaru the Hollow. The hit Shonen Jump Plus title finally gets its chance to shine as an anime, and it's coming this 2023.
死罪人も未知の島も関係ない。必ず生きて帰る。君のために。忍術が見たいと言ってたな。とくと見よ。忍法非暴死。
At number 2 is a timeless classic.
That one looks like it's gonna be good.
Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin has been one of the most enduring legacy titles out there. Numerous spin-offs, a handful of supplementary material, live-action adaptations that were actually good. The ball keeps rolling in 2023 as we'll be getting a remake of the original series. As for my opinions on this series, I don't think it's a remake that we really needed considering how good most of what we already have is. However, the NOTI series did leave us hanging due to it being cancelled after filler hell. Perhaps with this new iteration of the series, we can have the more complete version of Rurouni Kenshin. Old fans seem very excited to see Kenshin make a grand return in anime form, and here's to hoping we get a lot of new fans to enjoy the story of the wandering swordsman and his path to redemption. However, the excitement for Rurouni Kenshin pales in comparison to the #1 most anticipated action anime of 2023. It's Solo Leveling.
Oh shit. This has been in the works for so long, huh?
It's finally here. For years, fans have begged for an animated adaptation of one of the most popular webtoons out there. There was hope when all those webtoons were getting adapted in 2020, then nothing. No Solo Leveling at all. However, it didn't take long for the fans to get their wish, as this hit webtoon will finally hit our screens in 2023. It's super popular as a series, and I think people who love stories that feature a protagonist overcoming things and going from weak to overpowered would love this anime. Sung Jinwoo's immersive and gritty tale of going through dungeons and overcoming the strongest monsters could in a way give some flashbacks to titles like Ari Fureta. With A1 Pictures manning the helm in this adaptation and familiar names like Hiroyuki Sawano involved, they really planned this to be a big scale production, and I don't think it's going to disappoint.
I can't wait for that. Solo Leveling.
So with that, I wrap up with what I think are the
Damn. Alright, man. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, bro. I appreciate y'all. KZ fam. Stay positive, stay healthy, and most definitely keep that strong mentality, man. Out.